The world's eyes on India's budget against a darkening global economic backdrop. The IMF, ahead of the budget announcement, called India a bright spot, even as it projected a slowdown next year. Taking cues from that statement, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said this budget will be a bright spot for the shaky global economy. He also sounded confident that India will live up to global expectations after Finance Minister presented the economic survey in Parliament on Tuesday. Broadly, the expectations are for India's budget to focus on managing its finances in a tough year for the global economy, with the threat of a recession in Western nations rising. Experts say India will need to focus on attracting foreign investors by balancing government spending to support growth rather than populist measures ahead of the 2024 elections. Foreign investors want the country to prioritize economic stability and present a clear path to lower deficits. The government will also need to work on reforms to create enough jobs for over 500 million youth joining the workforce each year. Experts expect India to allocate money to improve job opportunities for the rural and the urban population. For India to gain investor confidence, the budget needs to focus on supporting a slowing economy. India's economic survey projects GDP growth to ease to a three-year low of 6.1% and 6.8% in the next fiscal year starting in April. The report prepared by Chief Economic Advisor says its baseline scenario was for 6.5% growth in 2023-2024, down from the expected 7% rate this year. That slowdown is expected to be largely driven by waning foreign demand for Indian exports, a weaker rupee, and elevated inflation from the Russia-Ukraine war, which shows no signs of abating. In addition, domestic demand is projected to remain strong, widening the trade gap, which is forecast to remain high. That makes the government's job even more difficult, as a widening deficit weighs heavily on public finances. Still, despite the expected slowdown, India is projected to be one of the fastest growing major economies, driven by robust consumption at home. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, India's economy has recovered. However, the Russia-Ukraine war has sparked inflationary pressures globally and forced major central banks, including that of India, to hike interest rates. Nageswaran said for India, on balance, a modest slowdown in global growth will be beneficial, as it will help bring down commodity prices and ease inflation concerns.
Aspirations of 1.3 billion people chasing a $5 trillion dream. The world watches India's budget for 2023-24. From tax relief for the middle class to SOPs for the agriculture sector. From job creation to meeting industry expectations. A tightrope between keeping spending in check and pursuing a populist agenda. India is a bright spot amid a global downturn. Can India maintain its healthy pace of growth? Global experts decode the jargon to explain the fine print. India Budget 2023.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.